This is the flag for Finnish people living in Sweden. I had no idea we had flags for people that are living in other countries. This is flown on February 24th to celebrate that, and it actually looks pretty good. I love people comparing the flag to this 90s police car. Look at that thing. You know what? I'd rock one of those. I'd drive that to work. Flag of France that appears on French television during a presidential speech. They really changed the flag just when the president's speaking? Oh, and the reason they might do this is so you can clearly see it's actually a French flag, not a weird, like, Polish or Indonesian flag. By making the white strip a little bit thinner, you can easily see the blue. You want it to actually look like the French flag, and that might be harder on television. I guess they've been doing this for a while now. This is nothing new. Now I'm starting to think that maybe there is a reason to be doing those simplified flag variants. I mean, we see this stuff so often, especially when it comes to like software. I know my VPN does something similar with these flags, but we could also think about putting it on television too to make it more clear. A flag for bipolar disorder. This actually is making me question, like, is this real? I don't know. I'm not necessarily saying it's amazing. It doesn't look beautiful enough where it looks realistic enough. It's not beautiful. It's just, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised to see someone flying this. But then again, this is definitely like an oversimplification of things, like just being happy and sad. That's not exactly what the whole disorder is about. This is the first time ever the Pope has visited this country, and we get to see the oddest flag combination, I think, ever. Who has ever seen these two flags next to each other? It's, at least in real life, it's very rare. What a strange sight. Looks kind of good though. Redesigning the American flag to look more Native American. This would be a pretty awesome flag. This makes me think, like, why have I not seen more just Native American flags in general? Like, there are a few official Native American flags, right? I guess it's kind of a dumb question. Obviously there is, but it's just so rarely brought up. I feel like I never see these ever. I mean, I've seen that one before. Dang, these flags are expensive. Who's selling this stuff for $105? Ooh, some need some work. Some of these clearly were adopted in that style of like the 80s and 90s. You could tell, like, when flags were made back in those days, they have a certain grossness to it all. I like this one, which is like stars, this Cherokee piece. Oh, and they have their own war flag. Let's go. Oh, there's a couple that are super recognizable. I know the Chinook one is pretty famous. Oh, and the Iroquois one too. So yeah, some are very iconic. Others are much less known. These are two flags from Mongolian political parties, just like we have Democrat and Republican. Mongolia has the People's Party and the Democratic Party of Mongolia. These both look really good, actually. I can't tell which one I like more. I like the throwback here to the old school Mongolian flag. That one was pretty simple. This one looks pretty good too. Just no hammer and sickle. Surprised about that. People's Party? The party's kind of shifted since the 1990s. They're now more of a social democracy, but they're actually the majority right now currently in Mongolia. They're killing it. 62 out of 76 seats. The one flag I never thought I'd see in the wilds. What the hell is going on? Where is this? Oh wait, that's my address. This is some dumb shit that I would try one day, just because I would feel very confident there wouldn't be enough people that would know what this flag actually was. That's probably how I'm gonna get canceled one day. So many people don't understand the origin of him right here. He's there because I got a view from North Korea a couple years ago, and everyone thought I was gonna get oofed by their like Secret Service. It was a video joking about North Korea too, so it really didn't look good. I have him there, so hopefully the North Korean government reconsiders removing me from Earth. Flag variants, if European countries decided to bring back icons or logos on their thing. Except for this French abomination, why the hell is this not equal? Like, the way this is so unbalanced really bothers my mind. Why make the red thicker than everything else? This Armenian one looks beautiful, although I feel like that'd be really complicated to like print on a bunch of flags and fly them everywhere. I love that Estonia. I would love it even more if they got rid of the gray. We need more like teeth flags like Nepal, just for country ball purposes, honestly. That looks like an Italy you gotta take seriously. Why do they look so official right there? Latvia looks like they're about to colonize the solar system with this one. I will not accept any Netherlands variant unless it has orange in it. They need the orange in it. Why does this give me a weird Ukrainian-Finnish union? This looks like they're combining or something. I see there's a lot of people that actually wish Luxembourg had this flag instead of their like rip-off Dutch flag they got flying right now. I guess this has been a large debate in Luxembourg for a while now. Like 15 years people have wanted to change this. I think I've accidentally stumbled on something maybe even greater than the 1999 Japanese change, and I think we all remember just how incredible that one was. In 1993, the nation nation of Luxembourg changed their flag from this to this, which is just a 3:5 ratio instead of a 1:2. Again, the international community's response after they rolled this out. I'm just so glad you didn't change it to whatever the hell this is. The city of Luxembourg uses this, and I don't like this with every fiber of my body. This poster has a Vietnamese flag book, and it just so happens that alphabetically, Romania and Chad show up right next to each other. Chad in Vietnamese is Sat, and then Rumani. Thank you, Vietnam, for perfectly balancing out the universe. I mean, these flags are meant to be together. An alternative flag for the Republic of China. The Republic of China had probably one of the most unique actual historical flags I've ever seen. It's extremely colorful, but unique. You gotta give it to them. I mean, I've never seen anything like this before. This would be like a cool flag to do as like a modern take. Like if somehow Taiwan got all of China, Mongolia, all those things that they're claiming back. I mean, they really reach out and even like start to get into some other countries out here. If they were to get this all back in sometime in the future, then yeah, why not fly this flag to like remember how small they were and how giant they became? I mean, they would deserve it. If they could pull something like that off, put whatever you want on it. This is the cover of an EU law textbook. I see this is clearly aged like milk. That's the only reason why the EU didn't want them to leave, right? So they didn't have to update all the maps without the UK in it. Also, I thought Switzerland wasn't like officially a part of it. I mean, Switzerland and Norway are in a very similar situation. A United Kingdom flag in the style of Austria-Hungary. So, you know, they had like these icons here. This is disturbing. Also, what the hell is Wales doing? Hold on, Wales. Get me demonetized. Wait, no, I'm sorry. That's Ireland that's trying to get me deleted. Prototypes of some proposed flags of Canada. Maybe I'm in the minority here, but I actually like the regular Canadian flag. I don't think I'd want you guys to change it. Now, I do really like that, but I've seen that one before. I don't know where. This one actually still looks pretty good, but overall, the layout, the design, it's still there. This other stuff, I don't know. This one doesn't look too bad either. The Pearson pennant of 1964. I think one giant leaf is better than 3 leaves. What is this, like a 3-leaf clover? Wait a second, is this why they group Newfoundland and Labrador together so you don't have to fly this interesting pink flag in just Newfoundland? Because this is officially what they got, but I do give them credit for just how different that is. Here's another proposal in 1994. You know what? This is looking really good. The blue strips are supposed to represent the French population. Obviously not a majority, so that's why they got like the thin strip, but that, I really like that. I think most Canadian flags look pretty good, just as long as they keep this original style and layout. This person's been making flag maps during the lockdown, and this is incredible. This had to have been really difficult to make. I mean, not only is it shaped like Wales, but you gotta put the weird dragon thing they got over it. Then he's doing it with like strings, just wrapping around. That's pretty amazing. Indian Space Empire. India can into space. Sometimes I see these flags and I'm just rooting for the country to make it to space so we can get these in real life, honestly. A Micronesia flag in the wild. Look at that. What are the chances of that? I'll probably never see one of these in my whole life. That's sad. I hopefully can be the guy that can help people see weird flags in the wild. Like one day, I just want to be that weird flag guy that just has everywhere. Just has them everywhere. Not gonna lie, this is epic. This is to celebrate the 35th anniversary of Legend of Zelda. That thing still looks so good. That's crazy. China in the style of Saudi Arabia. And actually, ooh, that's not too bad. I like the first and third one. That actually looks pretty good. This is kind of cool. It doesn't scream China to me. I still like it. This one I think maybe is my favorite. A reverse Sweden flag, or in other words, this province, which I'm never gonna be able to pronounce in my entire life. And that is a county within Sweden, in the southern part of Sweden. And why not? I mean, if you're gonna make a new flag, just reverse the national colors and it's fine. Hand-woven Jamaican flag, which is the most original flag out there. Again, it's the only flag in the world with green, yellow, and black in it. Or actually, it just doesn't have red, white, or blue. The ladies make fun of us when we do this, and I'm afraid to do this, but I want to do this, like flags all over the room. I've just seen a lot of people make fun, but damn, this is cool. A Scandinavian Union flag. I'm not sure if I can figure out all of them. Denmark, Sweden. Who's gonna be yellow? I mean, it's only Scandinavia, so Finland would not be a part of it. I don't know what the yellow is supposed to represent. I'm confused about that. The unusual flag of Setos, an Estonian minority people. And the thing about this I like the most is that it's probably perfect for like an 8-bit or 16-bit game. It's gonna go great whenever Paradox wants to make like Game Boy grand strategy games. I don't know why they release a new game for a handheld device that's like 20 years old, but I'm just saying. A flag from this region that I have never heard of. Very strange, but I bet you there's a really amazing backstory behind it. And this looks to be a very small island in Russia, like by St. Petersburg. It's very easy to forget just how many islands are in this region of Earth. I mean, Finland and Sweden are basically just like a bunch of islands put together, I thought. Like really close together. If you zoom zoom in, there's just water everywhere. This place is most known for a rebellion that took place, and they used to fly this flag, which kind of looks like a 12-year-old attempted to make a pirate flag in paint. It's pretty great. It's pretty up there. This is a whole nother level of flag designs. If you really think your design or your variant of whatever flag is good, make it reality. Make it into a fabric. Actually put the time and effort into creating the thing. Now that takes balls right there. All Bosnian flags displayed in the wild. How many flags does Bosnia have? Are these the flags of different regions? What's up with this like French-Swedish colony of Bosnia? Oh, these are all the historical flags that Bosnia has flown in the past over the last like 500 years. Bosnia briefly existed in 1878 as an independent nation. Didn't know that. Oh, and this is actually a flag that they flew for 6 years. I didn't know that was their old flag. I always love looking at the popular proposed flag designs. This one doesn't look terrible. I feel like they should have filled it in with like white though. Just something simple like that I think would have made this stand out a bit. I do not like this. This one's not good. I don't like that. They almost went with this lighter shade of blue, which I think I like the darker blue though. Scots Union Jack. Apparently this version of the flag was used in Scottish territories between 1707 and 1801. Gotta put theirs out in front. I like it. Why does England get to put their thing in the front? That's not fair. Oh, speaking of Bosnia, here's another redesign that's proposed. This actually looks pretty good too. I like that. Flag of Texas, but instead of a star, it's a C-130. Why does this feel like a shitpost? Are there flag shitposts that this didn't make it into? A design for Germany if the eastern and western sides merged instead of the west just annexing the east. I love the throwback to some of the old versions of Germany, except for one, right? There's one missing. Wonder why that one's not included. Flag of Canadian Greenland, let's go. It's already kind of there. I mean, how did Canada not claim Greenland for themselves? Denmark, gotta watch that. Don't worry about America. Gotta watch those Canadians. They're sneaky. Is this the same house? I feel like there's this one house that always flies weird flags. This one's flying an Antarctica flag today. That's not officially chosen, but it's kind of is at this point. I mean, I really don't know what else you'd put on it. They're gonna have to change that flag when all the snow melts, so. Proposed new Utah flag. I'm okay with that. That looks pretty cool. Why is Utah trying to change their flag? Oh, because it's another basic, boring navy blue background U.S. state flag. Like, we don't have enough of those, right? This actually looks really good. I really hope they do this. A businessman has shelled out $20,000 to create and promote a fresh design. I don't know if I want to change up the flags that much. I know I talk a big game, but I don't think I can put my money where my mouth is. Hey, if he wants to spend the money though, that's cool. You can spend the money and I'll be supporting, just change some flags. I almost thought this said D's nuts. I think even that is better than the flag they got now though. Oof, when you put them together like that, it really shows how bad their flag is. I've always seen the four corner states put together, but not with their flags overlaid. Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico have some of my favorite flags in the entire US, and then there's just Utah up here. Damn, yeah, you gotta do something about this. Jesus. I like looking at people's designs for different flags, but I really enjoy historical proposals that we almost could have had. This is for Sweden and Norway. Actually, they might have had certain areas fly these flags if they were part of a certain branch of the military or something. This is in 1899. We just straight up have the merchant, we just straight up have the flag of Norway here. This is the merchant flag. I don't really know if I like any of these. They're kind of crazy, but you know, this is the Royal Swedish Navy, the Royal Norwegian Navy. Weird that they were in a union, but they still kind of kept their stuff separate. That seems like a bad idea, don't you think? Maybe if you integrated the countries like together culturally and is just in every way, it would have been harder to split up. But whatever, Sweden, Norway, do your thing. IKEA, Empire, have fun. Origins of the symbols of national flags. Let's start in South America. This famous sun that I'm seeing everywhere. Argentina has like the really prominent one, but then there's Uruguay too. Peru had this, I guess, back in the day. What happened to that? So this is actually the light of liberty. Oh, geez, that's not a good look. Who had, I don't know if South America, I don't know if they knew that wasn't gonna look good, but all right. This is claiming that Uruguay got their idea for stripes from the US about 50 years later. This is getting kind of crazy. What's up with all this? Illuminati? Why do I feel like learning all this information is going to hypnotize me to steal the Declaration of Independence? Cuba and Puerto Rico might have been inspired by the state of Texas to throw the star in the left-hand corner here. I think this is just saying, historically speaking, when it comes to flags, we've been copying each other's homeworks for a while, but just barely changing it up. As always, big thanks to the patrons. I'm About a Nut, Zeffi, Thiccboi 3000, the Glen Council, BallinLikeStalin, Stormtrooper 501, Scotty from Marketing, Patrick C, Palantino 1013, Manny 74s, Mac, M203 BrushEm, LuxembourgLover, FusionWolf, EpiNick, Elijah Senpai, Dalton D, AryanAfterHours, Anikyte, and Aaron F.